Hey everyone, welcome back to some World of Tanks. It's been a little while since we did one of these, so we might as well get back into it a little bit here, at least for now. And ooh, stationary explosions. How pretty. But no, this is the IS-2, the Chinese Tier 7 heavy tank, and I just want to talk to you for a brief moment here about it compared to the regular IS, the Russian one. So this is not to be confused with the premium IS-2, which you can normally tell because it would have a white decal or banner of some sort along the sides and I think the rear of the turret as well on that premium one. But let's go over the changes between this and the regular IS, which I'll overlay a picture of here for comparison's sake. So the regular IS would have slightly different armor at the front here. You can see the IS-2 here has very consistently sloped back armor. There's no real flat spots on the front, and that is good. I mean, sure, the regular IS has a bit of highly angled armor down towards the bottom there, but it leads up to a flat part, and if you ricochet a shell off that bottom, you could, although the shell would have been to lose some penetration, still penetrate that flat part relatively easy. So I find this to be a little bit more effective too in the long run. The other relatively big change in armor is this little commander satch up here, the cupola, whatever, cupola you want to call it. It is a little bit bigger here too, and that thing can be penetrated by just about any gun it'll ever meet in random battles. So that's a bit of a bummer. But the other big thing that the really only thing you notice when you're playing it is how the gun behaves. The gun on this thing, well, I'm going to recommend a gun laying drive among other equipment on this thing if you happen to have it. A gun rammer is always a good idea on most heavies. But this gun, it does have the same accuracy values and the same aim time values as the regular IS. However, you're going to find this gun really does not like to behave. There's so many battles I have where it's like, you fired 19 shots this game, 8 of them hit your target. Well, why? Because this gun loses a lot more accuracy whenever you traverse the turret or move the tracks. Whenever you move your tank in any way, this thing decides, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the aiming reticle so big that you might accidentally shoot your allied tank behind you. Yeah, not quite, but it does make it pretty difficult if you want to peek around a corner very quickly and shoot an enemy 200 meters away. It's good luck. It might go into the ground 3 meters in front of you, or it might fly over their head. You never know. And even if you sit there and wait a couple seconds for it to aim in, because it was aimed out so far, because the bloom was so huge, it's really going to take you forever to aim in, and they're probably going to shoot you and back out before you're fully aimed in again. So that's a bit of a bummer, but let's get into it here. Back up to regular speed, and we will journey on. So it's hard to tell from the replay, I know, but you might notice that this IS-2 is a little bit more maneuverable than the regular IS. It does have a few differences. I think this one has a little bit less engine power, so there is some situations where it's not necessarily as good, but for the most part, I find that it traverses a little bit quicker, I think. And maybe that's all in my head, but that's what I find compared to the regular IS, which I have, of course, played both of. And I don't know. I think I like the regular IS a little bit better. Somehow I have more fun in this than the regular IS, even though this one, it's like that rebellious teenager IS-2. It doesn't want to shoot straight. But I guess I enjoy the challenge. I don't really need the challenge, but I guess I enjoy it. But if you have an IS-2 and you're working your way down the Russian heavy line and you're coming across that IS soon, you will probably like the IS better, just because it is a little bit easier to handle, and you really don't lose any speed, to be honest, or really any traverse speed worth noting. But, you know, this is a pretty all-around good tank. I find that if you can angle yourself at almost 45 degrees, then you can bounce a lot of shells off yourself, but it's not indestructible. So we're going to push up this hill here. I'm noticing that there's several allied heavy tanks sitting back there behind me. They're all on the move still. Hopefully they'll follow me up. They are just tier 6s and a tier 5 there too. That KV-1 and the KV-85. I'm a tier 7. It looks like there's 4 7s on each side. So hopefully I don't run into all of them up on this hill, or else I will be in a bit of trouble. But I luckily do have some help. And Dogfighter's there in his tank destroyer sitting at the bottom of the hill, and he is considering coming up with me. There he is on his way. So we do have a few friends. Plus, hopefully our artillery is watching. But before we make it even to the top of the hill, we've already lost 4 allies, and we've only managed to kill 1 enemy. And there's a shot into the Comet. Somehow the gun behaves. This is one of those games where the gun actually didn't behave too badly. There will be a few shots that don't go where we want them to, and really there's nothing we can do about that. But I find that most of the shells I fire in this thing, just because things aimed out so far half the time, that I rarely wait for it to aim all the way back in again. And as soon as I make a small adjustment to my turret, traverse it a little bit, it's like I just undid all of my work. And see, that one didn't even go where I was aiming it exactly, but it just happened to go down to the left a little bit and right into the comet. So that kind of worked out in our favor there. So it really doesn't matter if you aim your shots a little bit horribly, because it doesn't make a huge difference sometimes. That one behaved. Of course, it wasn't aimed in all the way as usual. And hey, Comet, if you get shot once doing something and the same tanks are still sitting there and you've given them time to reload, do you think it's a good idea to peek out and do the exact same thing again? He thinks so. And that one again, we were kind of aimed at his track, his left track, but the shell kind of went down and to the right a little bit and just happened to blow right through the middle of him. So, okay. That time, that was a combination of bad luck with where the shell went, and I didn't aim that too great either. I wasn't feeling the pressure a little bit in this one. I mean, look at the game score. We are losing. We're trying to make this hill push go a little bit faster because most of our live forces are up here. We do need to take this, but at the same time, I don't want to get myself torn up. That Panther can shoot me at least 2, maybe 3 times every time I shoot him. So it's not really a fight that I want. And he's firing premium by the looks of it. Hey, Tiger. Nope, missed. And that Tiger as well, he has a pretty good rate of fire, so he's a little bit scary. He'll put 2 into me for everyone I put into him as well. Oh, nope, that one hit the lighthouse. Didn't go right down the middle. Didn't have it aimed in good either. Dog's over there taking on the Tiger. I think I'll go over there, help him out, keep him from getting shot a couple more times. And it behaved, went right down the middle. Now the Panther decides, hey, I'm going to go finish out this KV-1, and then I think he sees me, and he's like, oh crap, well, this isn't working out too well, and kind of hesitates, shoots me instead. I tried to ram him to death, but he just weighs a little bit too much. And KV-1 gets the kill. Oh, artillery's trying. That's kind of scary to know, and I really hate going back down this hill, regardless of what side I'm on, because you never know what's hiding down there. They could have a couple tank destroyers. Their OI could be hiding down there, although some of these tanks, their tank destroyers have been spotted over towards the south flank by their base, and I'm getting a little bit worried that they're going to push across into our base. Oh, and there you go. Just like that. Good thing we already turned around and heading this way, and sure, why not take a shot over in that direction? The chances of it going the right way are minimal, but hey, if we hit, then that's cool. There's their artillery spotted down there on the east flank there. KV-85 took one out. Me and Dog are heading back to base. KV-1 looks like he's trying to get a sniping shot from the hill, but his render distance isn't that good, so he's probably not even going to be able to see the Skoda if we spot him in cap. And there's an ELC. Maybe he can hit him, but he's kind of behind a hill too. Try one on the move. I had a silhouette there briefly, but it doesn't go anywhere near again, and we're running out of standard ammunition, so we're probably going to have to switch to premium here shortly. But that's okay. And the auto-aim, wow, that actually hit something. Every once in a while, it hits what it should. We're getting hit by various things now. Jeez. Is half the enemy team over there shooting us? But we managed to hit that ELC there, even though the aiming reticle wasn't pointing in the right direction because auto-aim reticle is kind of broken in replays. But that's okay. Let's go pick on this Skoda. I'm a little bit afraid of what's behind him because there definitely was something else over there. Oh, hi, Nashorn. Hey, M5. Well, even I'm close enough to hit that most of the time. Oh, and Nashorn just hit me. 2 more shots of him would kill me, so I've got to be careful here, or else I could get wiped out pretty quick. Hey, Nashorn. Hey. Well, we aimed that one pretty good. Somehow that must have just whizzed right over the top of his tank. We got hit in return. We are now 1-shot kill. That Skoda in front of us got taken out, though, by our Comet. So that's a little bit of a relief. And now it's just this Nashorn, which I'm really kind of scared of, because I'm a 1-shot kill for him. I don't see him. I don't know if he sees me. I don't have 6th sense yet. So I poke back around the corner, kind of hoping that this Comet behind me will spot him. There we go. I've got a chance. Let's make it work. And nice. He is dead. Alright. We've turned it back around. We are now winning the game. Now it's a 5 versus 3 in our favor. I thought right from the beginning of this game it was going to be a really tough one, a really hard one to win, but now we have a chance. Let's see if we can make it work. I've got to be really careful though. This OI looks like he's working his way across the field, and if he hits us once, we're probably dead. And that one missed by a mile. The biggest target in the game in this battle, and it misses him by a mile. What are we playing, artillery here? I mean, come on. Ooh, one through his turret, nice. Do it a couple more times and we'll have it. KV-85 back there, I'm really hoping that he'll help me out. Oh, now we've got a tank destroyer coming for us too. That's not good. Now we need to aim the shot on the OI. If we miss or we bounce, we're probably very dead. Luckily, our gun behaves itself. We aimed in most of the way, and it goes straight into the turret where we aimed it. And our Comet finishes off their second to last guy. Now, we get to see some more awesome performances by this IS-2's gun. It has the same alpha damage, the same aim time, the same everything else, penetration, as the IS's gun, IS's top gun. But hitting things is tough. Alright, M5. We already took one shot at you, and it missed. Let's try a second shot. How many is it going to take to hit you? Second shot fired, and nope. He kind of turns and goes down the hill at the same time we fire, and our shot went a little high anyway. Oh, he's sitting still, mostly. Can we hit him? Come on, now's the perfect chance. We can't miss. Lead our target a little bit. Fire. Ooh, somehow we just managed to clip him. There we go. 6 kills. There's a top gun for us. We've somehow turned this game around. The enemy team just seemed to kind of fall apart once they started pushing across that field. I think our guys kind of got around him, got good lines of sight on him, and just picked him apart. But that's all for this replay, guys. Thank you for watching. And on a side note, went and saw Deadpool the other day. So if you haven't seen it yet and you plan on going to see it, there is a little bit of an extra clip at the very end after all the credits, just because everybody's kind of wondering that when we were there, and I didn't know. So at the very end after the credits, there is a little bit of extra. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's not a spoiler for another movie or anything. But it's still worth sitting there and watching. So there you go. See you guys. Have a good one.